Welcome to the Forgotten Picture YouTube channel. Today I am going to give you the truth about old historical pictures. Please watch the video till the end, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and join us. March 8, 1971, Madison Square Garden. In the grueling 15th round of the fight of the century, Smokin' Joe Frazier unleashes his devastating left hook, sending Muhammad Ali crashing to the canvas. As the referee guides Frazier to a neutral corner, the undefeated champion strides confidently, knowing victory is near in this epic clash of titans. July 1944, Battle of Saipan. As rain falls on a war-torn island, an American serviceman gently cradles a wounded young Japanese boy, shielding him in an aircraft cockpit while awaiting medical evacuation, a rare glimpse of compassion in the Pacific theater. On March 2, 1974, in Barcelona's La Model prison, 25-year-old anarchist Salvador Puig Antich became one of the last victims of the Garrote Ville under Franco's dictatorship, a brutal symbol of repression against those fighting for liberty and justice. In the chaos of World War II, American soldiers carried more than weapons, they carried hope. Using plexiglass scavenged from downed aircraft wreckage, they handcrafted transparent grips for their Colt M1911 pistols. Beneath the clear panels, photographs of wives, sweethearts, children, or pin-up girls offered a glimpse of home amid the horrors of war. In the 19th century, an estimated 30 to 60 million American bison thundered across North America's Great Plains. By the 1880s, commercial hunting for hides, sport, and a deliberate strategy to deprive Native American tribes of their vital food source reduced them to fewer than 1,000. This haunting 1,892 photograph shows thousands of bison skulls piled high, awaiting processing into fertilizer, a stark testament to near extinction driven by human greed and expansion. In the bustling streets of 1930s Calcutta, an extraordinary sight turned heads. An elegant carriage pulled not by horses, but by a pair of striped zebras. This whimsical spectacle belonged to Monmouth Nath Mullock, the adventurous youngest son of renowned philanthropist Jadjalal Mullock. In the Victorian era, high child mortality from diseases like diphtheria and measles made death a frequent visitor in families. With the invention of the daguerreotype in 1839, photography became accessible, offering a way to capture lasting images. Post-mortem portraits, often the only photograph of a lost child, depicted them peacefully asleep, eyes closed, dressed in finest clothes, sometimes held by parents. These memento mori provided comfort, preserving serenity amid profound grief. In 1942, amid the shadows of Nazi-occupied Paris, this photograph captures a German Wehrmacht soldier sharing a tender moment with his French girlfriend. Such forbidden romances, dubbed horizontal collaboration, offered fleeting escape from wartime hardship but carried grave dangers, social ostracism, arrest, and, upon liberation, public humiliation for many women involved. On November 9, 1989, amid mounting protests, East German official Gunter Schabowski, unprepared at a press conference, mistakenly announced that new travel rules, allowing citizens to cross freely, took effect immediately. Crowds surged to the Berlin Wall, borders opened unexpectedly, and joyous Berliners celebrated newfound freedom as the barrier dividing a nation for 28 years began to fall. In 1968, Delphine Boll was born from a secret affair between Prince Albert of Belgium and Baroness Sibylle de Salis-Longchamps. Rumors surfaced in 1999, but denial persisted. After a 7-year legal battle and DNA proof, former King Albert II acknowledged her in 2020. The court granted her the title Princess Delphine, welcoming this unconventional artist into the royal family. In the Victorian era, death was ever-present, with high mortality rates from disease and infancy. Families often commissioned post-mortem photographs as cherished mementos, the only image they might ever have of a loved one. Yet a persistent myth claims photographers propped deceased bodies upright using metal posing stands to make them appear lifelike, even standing. This is simply not true. Posing stands were lightweight devices designed solely for living subjects. helping them remain motionless during long exposures that could last up to a minute. They resembled modern microphone stands, far too flimsy to support a corpse's dead weight. Historical accounts from photographers and experts reveal no evidence of standing postmortems. Deceased subjects were always posed reclining, seated, or lying down, often with eyes closed or gently supported by family. Victorian times weren't so distant. Traditions were passed down reliably. Let's honor the past with facts, not fiction. In September 1914, as the Great War raged across Europe, Indian Expeditionary Force troops began arriving in Marseilles, France. These brave volunteers from Punjab, Garhwal, and beyond, Sikhs, Hindus, Muslims, disembarked wearing distinctive turbans, a proud symbol of their heritage integrated into British uniforms. Over 140,000 Indians would serve on the Western Front, bolstering Allied lines in desperate battles like Ypres and Neuve Chapelle. Their arrival marked the Empire's diverse unity in the face of unprecedented global conflict. In the scorching North African desert of mid-1942, an exhausted Field Marshal Erwin Rommel is captured in this rare photograph shortly before the Second Battle of El Alamein. Known as the Desert Fox for his bold tactics, the high-ranking commander relentlessly drove himself and his Afrika Korps troops onward, often at the expense of rest, food, and water, pushing the limits of endurance in a grueling campaign against the Allies. On December 12, 1972, at the opulent Chateau de Ferrières near Paris, Baroness Marie-Helene de Rothschild hosted the legendary Surrealist Ball. Collaborating with Salvador Dali, she transformed the mansion into a dreamlike labyrinth. Invitations, written backwards, demanded surrealist heads. Guests like Audrey Hepburn in a birdcage veil and masked elites arrived to a chateau ablaze in illusory firelight, an unforgettable night of illusion, art, and extravagance. On the morning of August 28, 1985, in her cherished summer home in Edgartown on Martha's Vineyard, Ruth Gordon rose early at 88. The Oscar-winning actress and writer, ever vibrant despite her years, began her day with purpose. Her devoted husband of 43 years, Garson Kanin, prepared her tea as she settled in to work on a new play. Fan letters arrived daily, one from a young admirer touched by her iconic role as the life-affirming Maude in Harold, and Maude brought a warm smile to her face. In 1990, recent graduate Christopher McCandless rejected material life, donated his savings, and vanished into America's wilderness as Alexander Supertramp. In 1992, he entered Alaska's unforgiving bush, surviving 113 days in an abandoned bus before succumbing to starvation. In the ancient city of Jericho, over 9,000 years ago, Neolithic people honored their dead in a remarkable way. After burial beneath home floors, select skulls were retrieved, carefully modeled with plaster to recreate lifelike faces and inlaid with shell eyes. Discovered in 1953 by Kathleen Kenyon, the British Museum's Jericho skull reveals an early ancestor veneration ritual, bridging life and memory in humanity's dawn. In August 1944, 18-year-old French resistance fighter Simone Seguin, known as Nicole Minet, wielded a captured German submachine gun. She helped capture 25 Nazis in Chartres Liberation and fought bravely as Paris reclaimed its freedom from occupation. In 2022, on Cerro Colorado Hill near Barranca, Peru, Polish and Peruvian archaeologists unearthed 22 ancient mummies. 16 were children and infants, carefully wrapped in fabric bundles with ceramics, tools, and offerings for the afterlife.